First the cataclysm, now this. There's too much going on right now. Pray that I could, but right now I need more time, not less. I'm sorry if I seem a bit flustered. Things have been chaotic since the cataclysm, and now word of missing supplies. But that doesn't excuse my rudeness. Let me at least introduce myself. My name is Kezrani Dulkev. I work as an executor for House Dulkev. Likewise. And I'm well aware of who you are. Word of the first convert in generations is on everyone's lips these days. But I'm sure you are busy getting adjusted to life here. Is there anything I can help you with? Trouble only begins to describe it. It's about the supply shortage. There may be a reason for it beyond the cataclysm itself. A week ago, my cousin Ukaru came to my office concerned about a series of lost shipments. He was certain someone was using the tragedy as cover to steal supplies and route them to our enemies. Yes, but given the seriousness of the accusation, the proof must be irrefutable. So I told my cousin to return with more evidence. And when I didn't hear back, I assumed that was the end of it. But this morning, I received a slate from a courier. It was from Ukaru. It was worrying, to say the least. It felt like Ukaru was trying to warn me. The contents were cryptic. He mentions a possible conspiracy and being followed and, well, I hate to say it, but I'm starting to panic. He hasn't shown up to work in days, and the timing of all this feels suspicious.
A sudden absence would give credence to the idea he was followed.
Agreed. Ukaru was extremely punctual. An absence like this is very unlike him. But if he is in danger, I don't know if it's safe for me to investigate. I need someone disconnected from the noble houses. Ukaru's workstation is likely your best bet. He's been working in the rehabilitation unit on the 3rd floor of the Halls of Healing. If you run into any issues with access, hand this slate to my fellow executors. Once you locate him, report back to me. I've got a meeting at House Kadik later, but I shouldn't be hard to track down. Hopefully you'll find my cousin alive and safe.
The request for aid and supplies.
Never question House Kadik, but I worry about softening our isolation policy.
Is it urgent or can it wait? Try not to get... If you'll excuse me then.
I'm sorry, but this wing of the hospital is under investigation. You'll have to leave. Even with the cataclysm, this is highly irregular. But not surprising. Kisrani is obsessed with transparency and often seeks independent help. I find this tendency unwise.
And by unwise, he means a complete disregard for operational security, rules, and regulations.
Possibly. And yet, despite what I said, and unsaid, she persists in doing so. So, we must come to a compromise.
A good compromise leaves everyone unhappy. This one was particularly miserable.
I will give you the keycard to Ukaru's computer. You will be able to access documents and correspondence for the past month. Any further access will require admin privileges, which I am not willing to grant. You do have a point. Normally, I am loath to bend the rules, but time is at a premium right now. You'll be granted temporary admin privileges to Okaru's computer. That should be enough for you to do your investigation. Unfortunately, rather than use the proper channels, he chose to start his own investigation.
A very unfortunate choice.
I will not pretend to know the particulars of this case. I will say this. We are House Dul Kef. We have a reputation. We are professional. We are exacting.
We don't make mistakes.
Precisely. Okaru hasn't logged into his station for some time. I've had to process several write-ups documenting his absence.
Dereliction of duty. Failure to serve. Fireable offenses all around.
We've also had to shift resources and people to make up for his absence. Suffice to say, it has made navigating this current situation more difficult. Several. The halls of healing are extremely busy. We can't keep track of every individual that passes through. In particular, the patients. We had to usher one out of here just now, who claimed to have a crippling headache.
Given the patient himself was a headache, it's likely genetic.
The admin privileges I've granted you will allow you to view the access logs, however, that track the last users to sign in. It is highly unusual for anyone to display such disobedience, especially now. Such actions are tantamount to heresy. Loss of employment is the most likely outcome.
A beheading isn't off the table.
It would be done humanely, of course. Now, to get back to these spreadsheets.
It was once so beautiful.
At least being this busy keeps my mind occupied.
It has been quite a challenge to keep all of the records.
So, the coordinates on the tracking device brought me to what looks like a supply depot. Lucky for me, it doesn't seem as if anyone's home. Hello? Hello? Okay, looks clear. Anyway, the main entrance was locked, but I managed to sneak my way into a vent area and into what looks like a security office. But there's too many crates and some have been emptied out. I need to override the computer, look at the manifest, and ping the tracking device I placed on the crates. I wonder if I can even hack into the security system and identify their exact locations.
How quickly can you get that done? Enough cargo, and there will be guards to watch over it.
I found the shipment! Along with, countless others. This is bad. Real bad. But it begs the question, who are these for? And who's helping them? Wait, what was that?
I see. You cannot escape the shrouding accursed one. And now you and your friend will die! They've escaped through the vent.
Someone or something whatever's left behind.
Back in space, big coward!
Find the intruder! Block them from the control room!
Aha! You're mine! You pay for
Curse you!
The serpent will have you! Time is running out for you. Where have you gone, coward? Forgive me, great serpent. I have lost your offering.
I would like a chance to talk to you, if you are able. What did you need?
Where are you, town of Derek?
Yes?
I'll ask you again. Who else knows?
No one! My superiors don't even believe there's missing shipments!
And why is that?
I don't know! They were all signed off by someone higher up!
If they know that much, it's only a matter of time before they find out about my boss.
And what of it? If you are using this as a pretense to end our agreement,
My boss has no intention of doing that.
we will need assurances in person. We will send a message through an encrypted slate. The coordinates to Gendar's rest will be there.
I'll let them know. And what of this one? He's seen my face.
He's given given us everything we need. Turn him to dust.
Varun. If only more in the settled system shared that view. But history is what it is. Though it is hard to imagine a future for House Varun where Anasco is not leading. But now, House Kadik will lead. Having seen more of the universe myself, I think that could indeed benefit us all. Thankfully, this transfer of power comes at a time of peace. You were right to vote against the Crusade. That is a difficult question. It is hard to know whether Anasco was interpreting the Serpent's will correctly. But the decision can always be revisited in the future. For now, I think it best that House Varun focus inward, on recovering and rebuilding. Indeed it does. There's no guarantee that it will not happen again in the future, but at least you have prevented it for now. No matter what, the path ahead will be difficult. But at least there still is a path, thanks to your actions. It means a great deal to me, what you have done for my people.
People are nothing if not capable.
Thank you, Envoy. I'll consider it. Was there anything else?
Yes, there was one more thing. Regarding the missing supplies, I was wondering if I could be of any assistance. Our agents mostly work in the settled systems, but I have contacts in Dazra as well. I can set up a meeting at the Halls of Obedience.
I appreciate the support. My mind has been frazzled as of late.
It's understandable. The accident has affected all of us.
You're right, and your concern is welcome.
How can I be of assistance?
I apologize. The Envoy and I were just discussing matters of state.
In particular, I offered to help find the missing supplies. I have my people looking into the matter as well.
Thank you for your diligence, Envoy. On that note, I hate to take up any more of your time than I already have. And I'm sure you're busy with issues regarding your own house. If you don't mind, I'd like a moment with the Armiger alone.
Dismissed? I think you forget your station. I will depart because I am needed at my ship, not because you deem me unnecessary. So out of respect for Kisrani and the crew of the cortege, I will not keep them waiting any longer.
Thank you, Envoy.
Executor.
I appreciate your discretion. The Envoy is a trusted figure, but you can never be too careful in situations like this.
In my line of work, this holds especially true. The more people know, the more everyone knows.
Exactly. We keep the circle of trust small until we know who to let in. And while having the conversation here isn't entirely secure, we press for time, so it'll have to do. So, now that we're alone, tell me, what have you uncovered? I was afraid of that. If only I had preached more caution. But after the accident, things were dire. Our resources were blocked. We needed those supplies, and... Thank you. If the Zealots are responsible, they must be punished. But one question remains. How would they gain access to the shipments in the first place?
The answer is both obvious and impossible to believe. Who would betray House Varun when so many are suffering?
That is the part I am having trouble with myself. But perhaps our loyalty to House Varun blinds us. This slate you found, it mentions a contact. Someone on the inside. This person would have to be well versed in our operational pipeline. They would have to know where to route the shipments and how to clean the books. It seems unfathomable. But perhaps Hukaru was right. A member of the noble houses has betrayed us. Yes, but without coordinates, Jandar's rest could be anywhere on Varun Kai. We're going to need to enlist some help. I'd like you to speak with Tivina Bethal at the Keep. If that slate has coordinates, she may have the means to decrypt it. Excellent. As for me, I must mourn my cousin's passing. I understand there's a shrine upstairs. When you return, meet me at the Halls of Obedience, where we first met. By Jinon's grace, we'll find out who the supply thief is and bring them to justice. Serpent guide you, and be safe.
I would allow Victoria her space.
Major. I was wondering when you graced my office with your presence. Oh, you have fans all over Dazra. Count myself among them. In fact, I think you and I are going to be fast friends. But I realize that's not why you're here, Shall we get down to business? Excellent. I take it this is about the missing supplies. I may have some intel on my computer that could help you with your case. Well, look at that. The Great Serpent favors us both. It just so happens that one of my agents recently recovered a Zealot cipher key and dropped it off this morning. Here, a copy of the key for your records. Well, as you can see, the encryption they're using is mind-numbingly simple. Take the slate number and multiply the even numbers by 2. Your slate's numbered 2032, which means the key is... Wow, impatient much? But don't worry your pretty little head, I've got you. I'll just type in the correct code and voila! Let's see what you've won. Looks like an all-expenses-paid journey to Jandar's Rest. Lucky you. Okay, scanning the coordinates, these point further north, hidden in Badlands. Clever, clever. Of course. Resources are thin, but maybe I can squeeze in a squadron or 2 should you get in a pinch. But that aside, let's get to the guts of the issue, After reading through the evidence, where do you think the supply thief is from? That's highly unlikely, given how intimate the thief's knowledge is of our pipeline. It's not only suspicious, it's dirty too. No, I think it's someone on the inside. Well, whoever the thief is. I think it's all but guaranteed you'll find more clues at Jandar's Rest. Now, since you have what you need, I'm going to turn my attention to other matters. I've enjoyed our time together, but as they say, fish and guests are quick to stink. Let's avoid that from happening to us.
Did you hear something?
Good one! You died today. Give up already. You've met your match. You think you can hide?
Should I kill the heretic?
We were destined to succeed.
Barun zealots deserve no quarter, no mercy. Caves like this can be an excellent way to conceal the presence of an illegal operation. I should know. Shame they cannot just break it open.
You're not walking out of here.
You will resuscitate just what of this sacred? Not my kind. I failed. No!
Extra ammunition is always welcome if they have any.
There you are! And punish the heretic!
Bring it!
Another way through here. Unsure where it leads.
Focus! I believe the threat is gone. Are you prepared to die?
Coward.
I've spent more than enough. Profit is never necessarily the aim, but if there is something...
You're too late, Armiger. The contact has already returned to Dazra, and your handler, Kisrani, will die by their hand. Because they are weak and unworthy. For years they cowered in their holes, leaving us to fight the war that Jinan began. We have dispatched our people to Dazra. The contact has agreed to smuggle them in and kill the one named Kisrani Dulkaf. Your journey, however, ends here. Child of Jarek. Normally, I would not entertain such cowardice. But the speed of your arrival is suspicious. How did you find this place so swiftly? I wonder if the contact has betrayed us and fled to safety. Killing us would remove his only witnesses. It is unlikely such a thing would have simply fallen into your hands. If the contact has betrayed us, there is no honor in fighting. Very well. If we have been betrayed, then there is no bargain left to uphold. The name of our contact is from House Kadik. This slate will give you all the evidence you need. Goodbye, child of Jarek. Pray we do not meet again on more even ground.
Brother Onan, they are meditating in the shrine.
We did not trust the supplier at first, but they have earned the right to commune with the children of Janda.
I harbor no doubts. The truth of all existence has been revealed.
Brother Onamid and the supplier wants to reunite with the heathens of Dazra. If you wish to speak to Brother Onamid, they are meditating in the shrine room.
If it is large enough, we should be sure to remember the path we take in this cave. We would not want to lose our bearings and become stranded. We should move on, if there's nothing worth taking.
You're back. Did you uncover anything at Jandar's Rest? Eugene, are you sure? Then I may be walking into an ambush, seeing as Mujine's the one who organized this meeting and supplied my security detail. The meeting takes place inside the Halls of Obedience. Will you watch my back? Thank you. Okay, let's walk.
For House Malise!
Jinan, bless you. I would not have survived that if you hadn't been here. That is kind of you to say. Your benevolence continues to surprise me. In any case, now is not the time to dawdle. Our next move must be to arrest Mujin. Thank you. This assassin's attempt will help our case, but we still need evidence tying him to Mujin. If you have time, check his office. There may be information connecting him to this individual. Good. Our case must be ironclad given whom we are accusing. Regardless, he must answer for aiding the Zealots and the murder of my cousin. Give me until the coming dawn and I will summon the relevant parties to my office. Mark my words. We will bring him to justice with all three noble houses as witness.
Thank the Serpents for the safe return of our cousins.
great serpent guide.
Perhaps now we will be able to form a closer relationship with the settled systems.
If you do not
Apologies.
need medical assistance,
Need to
please move
prepare.
along.
You've been busy, Armiger. You're practically an oracle to have connected the dots so quickly. Even I did not expect you to make it so far, so fast. But before you proceed into that room, I must ask, do you have the proof you need? Is it solid? Maybe so. But once a suspect has been established, it can be like pulling a loose thread. The rest comes undone rather quickly. So let us speak frankly for a moment, if we may. I've been thinking about the events of the past few days, and I have some thoughts. The speed at which things have unraveled, it makes me wonder how much of this outcome has been orchestrated. Of course, I am not denying my role in all this. Yes, I approved to have the supplies rerouted. And yes, I ordered that they be directed to the zealots. But the murders, the violence, these were not directives I had ordered. If I am guilty of anything, it's being a rubber stamp. I admit that I was presented an opportunity and took advantage of it. A handful of supply shipments are a meager exchange for an entire clan of allies. United with House Malin, we can rebuild Dazra as the industrial and military force it was during the Serpent's Crusade. Which is why I ask that you listen to my proposal. Let me go. Allow me to continue my efforts discreetly for the betterment of House Varun. Your flippant attitude only gives me more conviction. You only see what's in front of you, and not the big picture.
Please. You made no grand gesture. You violated the law and aided those who want us dead.
I don't know what evidence you've gathered, but without anything concrete, it's your word against mine. We shall see which one carries more weight.
Thank you all for coming. I think we can all agree that the charges for this crime are quite serious. Theft of supplies, aiding the zealots, and the murder of my cousin. Which is why it comes with great shock that evidence points to a member of House Kadik as the thief.
Based on what evidence? House Kadik does not deal in trade. Your house does.
I would not be making this claim without sufficient cause, nor is House Dulkef the bearer of this information. Armiger, the floor is yours. The slate lists you by name, Envoy. What do you have to say for yourself?
Is this what you called me to your office for, Kisrani? This is an absolute disgrace to your department.
You haven't answered my question, Mujin.
Nor should I have to. A single slate, which I might add is likely fabricated, is not enough to prove anything.
Is that so, Mujin? Or do you deny the words you yourself wrote?
I absolutely deny it. My computer has obviously been tampered with. This is clearly not enough evidence to even consider me a suspect.
Oh, you didn't know. We have piles of evidence, ship departure records, signatures, the works. And of course the kicker. Kisrani's would-be assassin.
Security has identified him as Okim Kadik.
Well, that's your ward, Mujin.
In fact, if I were you, Envoy, I would think long and hard about submitting to the guard peacefully. Given the severity of your crimes, the captain has the authority to do it by force.
I will cooperate, but this is by no means an admission. And make no mistake, the three of you will pay for this insult.
Make all the threats you want, Envoy. My decision is made. Guard, take him away.
As you command, Executor.
I appreciate you backing me up on this one. Warden Vithal had brought some evidence linking Mujin to the crime, but it's your evidence that makes me feel confident we can convict. All told, I'm extremely grateful. Ukaru was family, and I would not have been able to rest if I knew the thief had not been brought to justice. My thanks are yours. You had no personal stake in solving my cousin's murder, yet you did so with diligence and aplomb. For that, you will be well rewarded.
I've also handed over everything we have at House Vithal regarding the case. Who knows what other crimes we can uncover while poring over the evidence.
I'll take this up with the captain of the guard. After that, our part in all of this is done. Jinan grace you for taking on this investigation. You've done a great service for House Varun and for Dazra. And on a personal note, I want to extend my gratitude for avenging my cousin's murder. With the accident and all that's going on, I haven't really had time to grieve.